Hey guys, alright, this is the Adventures of Isabel discussion, just in case you were out. Alright, so we talked about in class how that sometimes we go through scary situations. Maybe we've gotten lost, and we were trying to brainstorm and share stories about how we handled that frightening situation. Alright, and so in the Adventures of Isabel, Isabel finds herself in situations that ought to be scary. But think about the way she handles these situations and what this tells us about Isabel. This poem is what we call a humorous narrative. A humorous narrative is a poem that tells a story with humor. The plot is structured with a surprise at the end of each stanza. This poem's rhymes are funny because many of them do not rhyme exactly. For example, horrid and forehead. So the best way to understand the poem's plot is to break the poems down into stanzas. This poem has 3 stanzas or sections. In this poem, each stanza is like a mini-story. Each stanza introduces characters, conflict, builds climax, and comes to resolution. So we talked about in class who the first creature that Isabel meets was. Alright, so the first creature that she met was a bear. And we asked the question, what does the bear tell her he's going to do to her? Eat her. He tells her that he's going to eat her. And so what does the poem tell us Isabel did immediately after he told her he was going to eat her? It was something very strange. She washes her hands and straightens her hair or combs her hair. And so then ultimately we talked about what did Isabel do to the bear? She ate him. This is a crazy little girl. All right, who was the second beast that Isabel met? It was a giant. And what did the giant say he would do to her? He said he would grind her bones to powder and to make bread out of her bones. What is Isabel's immediate response to the giant? She ate a cracker. It was a weird word in the story, but she ate a cracker. And what did Isabel do to the giant? She chopped off his head. Goodness. Who was the third and final person that Isabel met? The troublesome doctor. And what is Isabel's immediate response to the doctor? Because it said that he was poking and prodding her, trying to examine her. And so what was his response, her response to him? She stole his pills and gave them to the doctor. And what did his own pills do to the doctor? It cured him. So this was another crazy story. And so then we did a quick review in class for a grade. And then that is what you're going to have to do. If you're out, or if you were out last week and you did not do your quick review, you need to do it because it's worth some points. All right, number 1, name the 3 beings that Isabel meets. She meets the bear, the giant, and the doctor. What does Isabel do before she quietly eats the bear? Washes her hands and straightens her hair up. Number 3, describe the giant's physical appearance. He was hairy, horrid, one middle eye in his forehead. Number 4, what does the doctor talk about? The doctor talked about coughs and chills. So these were your vocabulary notes. They should have been uploaded to your Google Classroom. I will double check just to make sure.